There is a rumor that Denver Nuggets are interested in Eric Bledsoe. Some people like it, some people don't like it. Let's talk about it in this episode of NugSesh. So from all accounts, Denver Nuggets are one of those few teams that are interested in Eric Bledsoe. Recently, Eric Bledsoe released a tweet saying he doesn't want to be here anymore. He said he was at a barber shop, but the GMs in Phoenix didn't actually believe that. So all hell has broken loose, and the NBA is wondering what team is he going to go to. Denver Nuggets are one of those few teams that are actually interested in Eric Bledsoe, reportedly. Everything really turned up a notch when there was tweets from Mick Bride repeating that he had actually seen Tim Connolly sitting down with the agent of Eric Bledsoe, Rich Paul, and at the Pepsi Center. Fishy, very fishy. And a bunch of subsequent tweets have also come out. One from Matt Moore saying that Nuggets have an offer on the table for Bledsoe that isn't changing. What is that offer? Generally, it is believed that the trade on offer is Emmanuel Mudiay and Faried and something else, maybe a draft pick. Other than that, we could trade Murray instead, but I really don't think it's likely, guys. And with that trade, there is now this kind of divide happening between Nuggets fans. It's really interesting. And it's really between those who are willing to wait for Mudiay to improve and those who are not so willing to wait and would rather get a star player now. But before we get into all of this, let's talk a little bit about Bledsoe and what kind of player we could be getting. I've watched a few of his games in the past few seasons. I know he's a really good player, but I don't know much more about him, so I had a little bit of a research. So after doing a solid 20 minutes of intense Googling, I gathered what general consensus of Eric Bledsoe I could. Generally, I found that he is regarded as a fringe top 10 point guard. For this upcoming season, Bleacher Report had him labelled as a 10th best point guard. Hoops Hype this year ranked him as the 12th best. And I went on ESPN and the Hollinger ratings, and Bledsoe's rated 11th in PER stats for best point guard. So firstly, it appears that Bledsoe is a fringe top 10 point guard. He's turning 28 very soon in December, and he is in the prime of his career. From what I read, he's apparently a good all-round two-way player. Oftentimes I came across a nickname mini-lebron, in that he's listed at 6'1", 205 pounds. Apparently he can do it all. I watched a few highlights of him as well. He definitely looks like an explosive and ferocious player. Looks like a very good scorer one-on-one. And look, his stats are basically quite well-rounded. You can see here's 21 points, almost 5 rebounds, and over 6 assists. 21 points suggests that Eric Bledsoe is a consistently elite offensive player, something we're definitely lacking from the point guard spot at this point. His injuries are definitely a concern a little bit. As you can see here, he's had quite a few injuries in the past few years. Having looked at his game logs, he's missed about half the season 3 times in the past 7 years in his career. Having read a few times that apparently he's a good defender is definitely a plus for me. We need to have a point guard that can defend. We learned that with Ty Lawson, having him, it was just a bit of a weakness for us. After that, I thought it'd be a good idea to ask some Phoenix Suns fans what they thought of Bledsoe. Although, to be honest, only 4 people answered. They said that he was a good scorer and a good driver, and someone that has improved his 3-point shooting. Another thing that was mentioned twice was that his defense has apparently sagged off a bit in the later years. I can definitely agree and say that Bledsoe would be an immediate upgrade for us at point guard. I think he would be a really good go-to option for us on offense, someone that can draw attention away from Jokic, and someone that we can rely on to get buckets and be an all-round good player. So why are the Nuggets fans divided over this? As I said before, it really comes down to whether Nuggets fans think we should trade Mudiay or keep him and let him develop. Of course, you're all expecting this. I'm just going to provide some arguments as to why I think we should keep Mudiay at this present time. I may be wrong about who Mudiay will be as a basketball player in the future, but I definitely know he has 2 quality skills that really improve potential, and that is having a strong work ethic and a professional attitude. Usually it's not talent and natural gifts that take you far, it's good work ethic and your attitude. And this guy actually does have good natural gifts and ability, because this guy is 6'5" and he weighs 200 pounds and he plays naturally at the point guard position, not a shooting guard. He's a natural point guard. Another thing about Mudiay, which I think people sometimes forget, is he is 21 years old. And at that age, he should be a rookie in this league. So for us to give up on Mudiay right now is quite like giving up on a rookie, and that's where I think there's a little bit of flaw in logic with this one. In the defense of the Mudiay deniers, look, he has had 2 seasons now where Mudiay has shown no real consistency yet to be a big time player. His biggest problems from what I've seen is his ability to remain composed on the floor, and this is just all really related to his loose turnovers, poor dribbling and traffic, and the ability to finish through contact on layups and in tight spaces. His ball handling is really a weakness for him, as well as his consistency to shoot. However, in fairness, steadily, he does appear to be improving and shooting year to year. Look, there is a group of Nuggets fans out there who are just sort of getting over seeing Mudiay fail to deliver. And look, I think that's fair enough. I understand that people just get a bit impatient with that, especially years is a long time. Waiting years, and they see an option like Bledsoe come along and immediately it's an upgrade, and it makes complete sense. But I do have to say that some players take time. For example, here are 3 elite modern day point guards, all of which took quite a long time to develop. Kyle Lowry did not average over 10 points until his 5th year as an NBA player at the age of 24. Goran Dragic, it took him 6 seasons to average any more than 14 points a game at age 26. And Mike Conley, it took him about 7 seasons to average over 14 points per game. So there are some examples why you need to be patient with a player. And again, Emmanuel Mudiay is 21 years old. He's still very young. And the things that he needs to improve at, such as ball handling and passing, and just being able to run properly when you're trying to do a layup, these are things that you develop over time as an NBA player. And that really leads on to my last point, in that we do actually have time. We have time, guys. Okay, so right now, our young core that we're developing slowly are going to reach their prime in about 3 to 4 years, their physical prime. And look, and I'm still hopeful that Nuggets are going to do well this year, and even for a championship, who knows? Maybe, who knows? But deep down, I really know that in 3 to 4 years, that's when we're going to be our most dangerous. Signing Eric Bledsoe, it's definitely going to help us in the short run. The question is he going to be able to take us to the conference finals this year? Can he take us to the finals the following year after that? On the flip side, Emmanuel Mudiay, in 3 to 4 years, is he going to develop into a player as good as Eric Bledsoe? Is it really worth to keep hold of him for all these years? Is he going to bust? These are questions, both sides, legitimate questions. Please, I'd like to hear your comments. I'd like to hear what you think about this, and I will comment back. And if you talk any smack about Mudiay, you will get some hectic comments back. And please subscribe for more cool Nugget videos. Thank you.